Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. In today's video, I'm super excited because I'm going to be doing a tag video. It's 5 fragrances that I love and 5 fragrances that I hate. So I was tagged by Gabby, the fragrantician here on YouTube, and I just discovered her channel and I have been binge watching her videos and she is hilarious. I absolutely love her. I love her channel. You need to go check her out. I'm going to go ahead and leave her information in the description box. Head over to her channel and watch this video from her as well. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. I do mostly perfume, makeup, and beauty on this channel. If you are into that kind of content, I would love it if you would subscribe. And to my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. I really do appreciate you so much. And if you are interested in seeing my picks for this tag video, then just keep on watching. Alright, before we get started, I do want to share with you the eyeshadow palette that I have on my eyes today to create this look. This is the brand new eyeshadow palette from Nomad Cosmetics. They did gift this to me, so thank you very much to Nomad for sending this to me. I just love Nomad Cosmetics. I think they have amazing eyeshadow palettes, and this one is my favorite one so far. So out of all the ones I've tried from Nomad, I have to say this is hands down my favorite. This is the Bosque Nuboso di Monteverde eyeshadow palette. Let me show you what it looks like. Look at this color story. Is this not gorgeous? So I have to point out 2 shades real quick. This one right here is the one that's all over my lid. It was, when I swiped it on with my finger, my jaw dropped open because look at how it's so beautiful. And then on the inner portion of the lid, this green right here is what I used. The shimmers in here are amazing. The mattes are super pigmented and they blend like a dream. So this is definitely my favorite eyeshadow palette from Nomad. I think that the quality of Nomad has always been good in my opinion, but they stepped it up to another level in this palette. So really quickly, I just wanted to share that with you. I did film this look on Instagram, so if you are interested in seeing how I got this look with this palette, go over to my Instagram. Make sure you follow me over there because I do a lot of other things besides what I do on YouTube on my Instagram account. All right, let's get into the perfumes. Okay guys, so we're gonna start off with the fragrances that I hate. This is all meant to be in good fun, so please don't take offense. If I mention something that you absolutely love, it's okay. We don't have to agree on perfumes in order to be friends, and it's just perfume. It's not serious. So this is a fun video. It's not meant to be offensive. Please don't be offended if I mention your favorite perfume, okay? I have a lot of people who tell me that they hate perfumes that I absolutely love. I get a lot of comments. You know, it doesn't bother me. That's fine. I actually like that because I love to hear the feedback from people of, you know, different opinions and things like that. And I don't expect everybody to have the same taste as me. So I find no offense in that, and I hope you find no offense in it as well. All right, so the first one will not be a surprise. If you've been watching my channel, you already probably know I hate this perfume. This is by MUGLER Angel, the Eau de Parfum. I truly dislike this perfume. I got a sample of it when I first kind of started getting, really getting into perfumes. I really felt like I needed to catch up, and I felt like I needed to sample a lot of OG popular perfumes. And I remember when I first sprayed it on paper, I wrinkled up my nose and I kind of recoiled and I really did not enjoy it. But I decided to go ahead and put it on my skin because I thought, you know, you got to wear a perfume, you know, you got to wear it because what if it smells good on your skin? But it went from very bad to horrible when I put it on my skin, and I think it's the chocolate and patchouli combination. So there are literally a ton of notes in this fragrance, and I just feel like it is a mess. It is just a mess of notes and scents assaulting me. I really don't like it. It's so strong, and I think the base is what really gets me. So it has chocolate in it, and then it has patchouli, and normally I am a pretty big patchouli fan, but the patchouli that's in there is the kind of patchouli I really can't stand. It's that dirty, earthy kind of smelling patchouli. It's what I refer to as hippie patchouli, and I just cannot stand that kind of patchouli. The patchouli I like is warm and clean smelling, and it just adds depth to the fragrance, like in Chanel fragrances. The patchouli that's in Chanel fragrances I love, but this patchouli is a big, big no. And then mixed with the chocolate and then mixed with my skin chemistry, it smells like straight up body odor. I mean, it is like a thick wall of pure body odor on my skin. I don't see myself ever really liking Angel, but you never know. I mean, my opinion has changed on a lot of perfumes, so it's a perfume I think I will like continuously go back to and just give it a little spray and just see how I feel. As of right now, it's one of my most hated perfumes I've ever tested. All right, up next we have by Dolce & Gabbana, The Only One. I actually blind bought this perfume. I got a full bottle of it and I thought for sure that I was gonna love it. I thought for sure this was a safe blind buy for me because it has many notes that I just absolutely love. So in the opening, you have violet, orange, and bergamot. Then you have coffee, pear, iris, orange blossom, and rose. And then in the base, you have caramel, vanilla, and patchouli. All notes that I enjoy in other perfumes. And I really thought it was going to be a safe blind buy. Right up my alley. Sweet, coffee, caramel type of fragrances I usually enjoy. However, this fragrance, I think what happened is my nose picked up on the violet in here very strong. Now, I've heard some people say that this smells like black opium, and I have to say, I mean, they're not wrong because what another person interprets a perfume is not right or wrong. It's subjective. It's just an opinion. It's not fact, so it can't be right or wrong, right? I mean, you can't be right about how something smells since everybody perceives smells differently. So when I heard people say that it smells kind of like black opium, I was shocked when I smelled it for the first time because that is not at all what my nose picks up. My nose picks up a very heavy dose of violet. And then to make matters worse, the caramel that's in here, it's so like sticky, syrupy sweet, which is usually not a problem for me, but mixed with the violet, it translated into my nose as sticky like cough syrup. When I was a kid, I used to have to drink this really thick, gooey, red cough syrup that I hated. I'm like still traumatized by it, I guess. I freaking hated that cough syrup, and this perfume kind of gave me like those cough syrupy vibes, and I just could not stand it. But even though I really disliked it, I kept trying to wear it because I kept telling myself that it's a fragrance I'm supposed to like. It has notes that I love. What is happening? This isn't supposed to be happening. Everybody else loves this, and what's wrong with me? But finally, I just gave up because I truly disliked the perfume. And it wasn't just that it smelled bad on me, like it didn't mix well with my skin chemistry. I have smelled that perfume on other people and I genuinely don't like it. Big, big no for me. Okay, up next we have Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. Now this one is surprising to me. I don't even know what happened with this perfume because when I first bought this perfume, it was a blind buy. I first bought this perfume, I loved it. I picked up on all of these delicious like gourmand notes. I think it's toffee. Yeah, toffee. There's toffee in that fragrance and I picked up on a lot of the toffee. It was this sweet, there's pear in the opening, mandarin orange. There are some green notes, but I never really picked up on those. And then I got this like yummy, delicious toffee note, and I just enjoyed this fragrance so much in the beginning. And I don't know what happened or when it happened, but I ended up having to declutter it because this changed from a love to an absolute hate. My nose changed or the fragrance changed as it macerated. I'm not 100% sure, but the last few times I wore it, I couldn't pick up any of the sweet like pear and toffee notes. The only thing I got was patchouli, and it wasn't like the kind of patchouli that I like. It was this dirty, earthy, it literally smelled like dirt to me, and I was so mad because I wanted to smell that pear and toffee again, but I couldn't. It was gone, and all I could smell was dirty patchouli. It's like forever ruined for me now, and I'm kind of sad about it. All right, the next one that I truly hate is TRIBECA from Pond No. 9. I got a sample of this fragrance and I was kind of excited about it because I'm a pretty big hazelnut fan. I love hazelnut in my perfumes and I absolutely love to eat hazelnut anything. So Nutella is like a weakness of mine. I could literally eat anything with Nutella, I think. Strawberries dipped in Nutella is one of my absolute favorite, like, I don't want to say snacks because that's like a decadent dessert, I guess, but it's a snack. for me. So when I heard about this perfume and I saw the notes, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna love this because in the opening there's cacao and there's hazelnut. So how can I not love this fragrance, right? And in the middle you have jasmine, cedar, caramel. Who doesn't? I mean, I love caramel in my fragrances, and ambroxan and moss. So I thought this was a shoo-in, but it is such an expensive fragrance that I thought, no, I have to test this out first. And I'm so glad that I did. So when I sprayed it on paper, I actually really liked it. I got the hazelnut and I thought, wow, this is going to be beautiful. I'm really going to like this. And so then of course I just, went crazy and sprayed it all over me. My husband and I were home that day. I think it was a rainy kind of day. We just wanted to chill and watch a movie together. We were snuggling on the couch, and as the fragrance started to dry down, it really turned bad on me. I mean, it was really bad. And both my husband and I were sitting there and we were both like sniffing and looking at each other and trying to figure out what that smell was, because it straight up started to smell like cat pee on me. It was strong cat pee. It was so nasty. Now, this is a fragrance that I will say I think it's just my skin chemistry. I don't think that most people get cat pee from TRIBECA. I haven't really heard that very much. I think that this is actually a good perfume, but it just doesn't mix with my skin chemistry, because I did love the way it smelled on paper. But on me, it was cat pee and it was awful and I hated it. The next perfume and last perfume that I hate, this one actually shocked me to like my core, because I honestly thought that this was definitely going to be a safe blind buy. This is by Jean Paul Gaultier. This is La Belle La Parfum. I thought for sure that this was a shoo-in because I absolutely love the original La Belle. Love it. The pear and vanilla combination, to me it smells like a baking boozy pear cobbler or pie. It's just intoxicatingly good and I love it. So everybody was saying that the intense version was the same thing basically, but just better. It was darker, it was sexier, it was just deeper, richer, and better. And I actually saw a couple people declutter the original La Belle because now they had the intense version and they liked it so much better. And I thought, okay, well, I have to get my hands on this fragrance because I'm gonna absolutely love it. Again, I am so glad I didn't blind buy it. I almost did. I was very close. But I actually had a subscriber. If you're watching, hi, thank you so much. I had a subscriber send me a sample and I'm so glad she did because I absolutely hate this fragrance. To me, this does not smell anything, nothing like the original. The original, like I said, I truly love, and this one I despise. So the notes that are on Fragrantica, I think, are BS. So the top note, they have pear, middle notes, they have tonka bean and jasmine, and then in the base, they have vanilla. I am 100% certain that there's cherry in this fragrance. There has to be, because this smells like cherry cough syrup. Straight up cherry cough syrup to me. Like, I could not believe it. I sprayed it on my skin and I actually gagged. It reminded me of that cherry cough syrup that I told you about that I had to drink when I was a kid, and it was freaking awful. Medicinal cherry note just all throughout that fragrance, and it just completely ruins it for me. I've heard from other people that they get cherry very strongly in the intense version as well, and it's not the kind of cherry that I like. I love cherry in my fragrances, but it has to be like that gourmand, yummy, like Tom Ford Lost Cherry type of situation, that kind of cherry I absolutely love. This is the kind of cherry that I can't stand because it just smells so medicinal to my nose. So anyway, this one was a big no for me, and I'm so glad I got to test it before I bought it. All right, you guys, those are my 5 fragrances that I hate. I'm going to move on to something more positive now, and we're going to talk about the 5 fragrances that I absolutely love. Now, I obviously have more than 5 fragrances in my collection that I absolutely love. So I was trying to think of what I should pick because, I have so many that I actually love, and I didn't necessarily want to do like a top 5 or anything like that. What I really wanted to do is pick the 5 fragrances that I have just loved for a while. There are 5 fragrances that have moved me in a certain way that I just know are like the top of the top for me. These are fragrances that have never let me down, ever. Every single time I have worn them, I have loved thoroughly loved and enjoyed wearing them, and I have never regretted reaching for them. They have never failed me, and they are true loves of mine. The first one is actually the newest one out of all of these. This one is the newest one in my collection. This is by XERJOFF, and this is DAMA BIANCA. I have had this now, I don't even know, I think it's been like maybe 3 or 4 months now, so I know this one isn't necessarily like I've loved it for a long time, but this is definitely a fragrance that has never let me down. Every single time I wear this fragrance, I just thoroughly enjoy it. I think this is just such a gorgeous citrusy vanilla. Oh, God, I am obsessed with this fragrance, you guys. I have burned through this. Look at how much I've already used. I mean, I know for a fact I'm going to get a big size bottle of this. I definitely should have gotten the bigger bottle, but this was actually a blind buy, which is why I just got the 1 ounce to start with, but this is definitely full bottle worthy. This has kumquat and lime in the opening, which makes it super unique as far as like citruses go. I've never really smelled kumquat before, but it is this intoxicating citrus-like fruit in the opening, and I adore it. And then it has a big blast of vanilla in here. Oh, it's so good. It's my favorite summertime vanilla scent. All the other vanillas that I have in my collection are pretty heavy, and they're more for like fall, winter, but this one, spring and summer, it's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, this is a top 10 for life perfume for me for sure. Could not be without it. Okay, up next, I have the perfume that I would actually consider to be my signature scent. If I had a signature scent, I don't have a signature scent. I will never have a signature scent because I think, you know, if you're just addicted to perfumes, I don't think it's possible maybe to have a signature scent. But if I did have one, this would be it. This is by Giorgio Armani, and this is My Way. I love this perfume so much, like with all my heart and soul. This is one of the perfumes that I've had the longest, and it's never let me down, not once. Not one time have I reached for this perfume and regretted it. Not only does it smell absolutely fantastic, but it also has amazing performance. Longevity and sillage are outstanding in my opinion. 8+ hours with a very beautiful sillage around you all day. Never had an issue with the performance. I can wear this summer, fall, winter, spring, it doesn't matter. Performance is always good. I'm a huge fan of tuberose, and the tuberose in here is very strong. It is a bubblegummy sweet tuberose. There's orange blossom in here, there's vanilla in here, and the funny thing is when I first tried this fragrance, I didn't think that I liked it. Well, it's not that I didn't like it, I just didn't think it was anything special. I smelled it in store at Sephora and I was like, meh, it's kind of boring. But then I got like a deluxe sample of this and I tested it out again, and I just fell head over heels in love with it, and I realized that I adore tuberose because of this perfume. This one is outstanding in my opinion. I'll always have a bottle of this. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It kind of smells like grape bubblegum. Which really sounds classy and sophisticated, I know. I'm addicted to it. Okay, this next perfume, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's a bold statement to make, but I think I am officially convinced that this is true. And I will say, I think this is my favorite perfume in my collection to date. It could change. This could change in the future, but right now, as of right now, this is my all-time favorite perfume I've ever smelled. And that is by KILIAN, and this is Angel Share. I am so addicted to this fragrance. I cannot even tell you. Even when I don't wear it, I want to smell it. I go over to this bottle and I smell it all the time. I think this is so freaking good. This fragrance makes me feel just wowed every time I wear it. It gives me so much joy and so much pleasure when I wear it. I remember when I first smelled this, I was so excited. I got it for Christmas. I opened it up and I smelled it and I felt like I died and went to perfume heaven. This is boozy, cinnamon, apple pie, which there's no apple notes in here, but that's what it smells like to me. It smells like a boozy, intoxicating cinnamon apple pie. But what I think really makes this perfume so amazing is that it has woody notes. There's oak and sandalwood in here. There's also praline. The woody notes in here, the oak that's in here, makes this perfume a masterpiece in my opinion, because you have these super gourmand, almost too sweet, but then you get the oak that kind of goes through the entire fragrance. I get the oak from the minute I spray this, from the mid to the dry down. It like rounds the fragrance out and it keeps it pulled back to where it's not overly sweet to me anyway. Some people do find this overly sweet, some people do find this cloying, but to me the oak keeps it from being over the top sweet to the point where I feel like I would find it cloying. It just makes it perfect. It makes it a well-rounded fragrance. This one is my all-time favorite fragrance I have ever smelled. I'm still in love with it. I am kind of surprised because I've actually heard a couple of people say they didn't think the performance on this was very good, and I have never had an issue with the performance on this. As a matter of fact, this is like a beast on me. This thing projects on me all day long. I am like wrapped in this amazing cocoon, this like delicious gourmandish oak and apple pie and booze scent bubble all day long, and it is like the best thing ever. I think it's amazing and I absolutely adore it. Okay, speaking of beast mode fragrances, this is by Parfums de Marly. This is DELINA exclusive. I absolutely love this. I've loved this from the first time I got it. Again, this is another blind buy. I blind bought this because of all the hype on YouTube, and I just took a chance with it. I thought, I love this perfume, you guys. This is so freaking good. DELINA exclusive is a very sweet, has DELINA like qualities to it, but it's a lot more sweet. It doesn't have that kind of like tart rhubarb note in the opening, and it has a lot more vanilla. It's so good, you guys. It's rose and vanilla. It's got some incense. It does have oud in here, but it's so light that I barely pick it up. But there's lychee, pear, bergamot, rose, oud, incense, and then in the base you have vanilla, amber, and woody notes. I do get the woody notes just a little bit, but to me this is just very like juicy with the pear and the lychee, rose, and I get a lot of the vanilla in here. So I do get a lot of compliments on this one. This is definitely a compliment getter for me. It is beast mode. Just a couple of sprays is all I need, and it will literally last me through my entire day. I've sprayed it on my clothes before, and I had to actually like wash my clothes just to get it out. It doesn't go away. I mean, it is strong, it is beast, and it will fill up a room. So be careful not to spray this one too much. I have oversprayed this one before and choked people out. This was love at first sniff for me, and I think I love it even more now than I did when I first got it. It's exquisite. All right, you guys, another perfume that I have loved for a very long time. When I first began collecting perfumes, when I first started this hobby, this was one of my first true loves. Eyes rolled in the back of my head when I smelled it, and I still feel that way about this fragrance to this day. This is by Guerlain, and this is Mon Guerlain Intense. I adore this perfume, and so does my husband. My husband loves this one on me. This is like my go-to date night scent when I'm going out somewhere kind of fancy with him. It is so intoxicatingly good, and I can't recommend this enough. It's just all around a 10 out of 10 for me. I think the bottle is just so elegant looking. I think the color of the juice inside is phenomenal. The scent is phenomenal, and the longevity and projection is phenomenal. 10 out of 10 fragrance for me. I just love it. This has lavender, mandarin orange, and bergamot in the opening. I don't really pick up a whole lot of those notes, to be honest. There's a lot of vanilla in this perfume. There's Tahitian vanilla and Madagascar vanilla in here, which I definitely pick up on that. This is a very strong vanilla fragrance to me. There's some iris, there's some jasmine and rose, and then the base is where it's at for me on this one. I get a lot of base notes in here, but what really stands out is the patchouli and licorice. Now, I know that sounds scary. I know that that sounds like that could be off-putting, but it is the sexiest, most intoxicating combination. I freaking adore this perfume, and that licorice and that patchouli combination, it's not an earthy, dirty patchouli. It's that warm, clean smelling patchouli that gives a fragrance a lot of depth, and it almost feels a tiny bit dark, but mixing that licorice and patchouli together just makes the base intoxicating. The vanilla is in here to make it really, really sweet. I do pick up a little bit of the lavender, but not a ton. Like, it doesn't smell masculine to me. Sometimes lavender can smell masculine, but this smells 100% woman. Sexy, classy woman. I have fragrances in my collection that are sexy, but they're not necessarily like classy smelling. They're kind of like sexy, you know? This is like very classy, sophisticated, and elegant. I feel comfortable wearing this to go out to like a super fancy dinner, but it also gives me that like sex appeal vibe as well. So definitely love this one, and I will probably have a bottle of this in my collection always. Definitely one of my longest loved perfumes in my collection. That is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this is a tag video, but you know, if you're a content creator and you're watching this video, I just invite you, you're tagged, okay? I just invite you to do this video because I would like to see other people doing this. I would really love for this to just kind of go around in the fragrance community because I think this is so fun, and I absolutely love hearing other people's loves and hates. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you liked it and you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!